Honda started as a small company putting engines on bicycles, but today it's the world's largest engine manufacturer. From roaring sports cars to efficient sedans, Honda has made its mark in the automotive world. With around 4 million vehicles sold globally each year, it proudly holds its place as the 7th largest automaker. Enjoying the content? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest updates. When it comes to bestsellers, Honda's Accord continues to be a fan favorite. The Japanese automaker moved nearly 161,000 units in just the first half of 2017, proving that the Accord remains a household name. While electric cars have been stealing the spotlight, they're not the only game-changer in town. There's another revolutionary technology on the rise: hydrogen fuel cells. Honda, always at the forefront of innovation, has announced its bold vision: a hydrogen-powered version of the CRV SUV offering more space and versatility than ever. This new CRV could redefine the way we think about the future of cars. Could this cutting-edge hydrogen engine shake up the EV industry? Stick around as we unveil Honda's latest breakthrough. Honda has been eyeing hydrogen power for years. Back in 2015, the brand made waves when it introduced the Clarity fuel cell at the Tokyo Motor Show. Unlike traditional electric or gasoline-powered cars, this vehicle harnessed hydrogen to generate energy, delivering an impressive driving range that turned heads. By 2016, Honda made history with the Clarity FCV, the first hydrogen-powered sedan available for purchase in Japan. This wasn't just another car, it was a bold statement of Honda's commitment to the future. Built from the ground up to run on hydrogen, the Clarity boasted cutting-edge features like wave-flow technology, maximizing both efficiency and power. Things we loved? Well, the fuel efficiency for one. Over our 25,000 miles, we averaged nearly 88 miles per gallon. But even with all this, the Clarity faced huge problems that ultimately led to its discontinuation. However, Honda won't be stopped by this setback, as they recently announced that their plans for a new hydrogen-powered CRV SUV are finally underway. But what were the issues faced by the Clarity FCV, and has Honda overcome these issues with their new CRV SUV? Stay tuned to find out. The Clarity, released by Honda and built from scratch to run on hydrogen, had its benefits and major issues. It was designed to be a clean energy car that didn't rely on gasoline or traditional electric batteries. One of its key benefits was its ability to carry 5 people comfortably, which was an advantage over other hydrogen-powered cars at the time. This made it practical for families and groups, setting it apart from smaller and less spacious hydrogen vehicles. Honda added special features to the Clarity, making it stand out. It had smaller, more efficient fuel cells that provided more power while taking up less space. This innovative design made the Clarity one of the most advanced hydrogen cars of its time. The car could drive up to 360 miles on a full tank of hydrogen. The Honda Clarity, an advanced technology vehicle, could run on pure electric power and an efficient hybrid system, also known as a plug-in hybrid. This driving range was impressive and even better than some electric cars available at the time. It proved that hydrogen-powered cars could compete in terms of performance and convenience. But despite its benefits, the Clarity faced significant problems that led to its discontinuation. The main issue was the lack of hydrogen refueling stations. Unlike electric cars, which can be charged at home or at many charging stations, hydrogen cars need special stations to fill up. These stations were not widely available, especially in many countries. Without enough refueling stations, it was hard for Clarity owners to use their cars for daily travel. Many potential buyers were hesitant to buy the car because they didn't want to worry about where to refuel. Another challenge was the growing popularity of electric cars. As electric vehicle technology improved and charging stations became more common, buyers were drawn to them instead. Electric cars were easier to own and use, which made them more appealing. In contrast, hydrogen cars like the Clarity were seen as complicated and inconvenient. There was also a lack of demand for hydrogen-powered vehicles in general. Many people didn't understand the benefits of hydrogen technology, and governments weren't offering enough support or incentives to encourage its use. Electric cars received more attention and support, leaving hydrogen cars in the shadows. In response to these challenges, the automotive industry has focused on developing engines with low CO2 emissions, recognizing that the reduction of CO2 can help mitigate the impact of climate change while simultaneously minimizing the release of harmful pollutants. CO2, as the primary greenhouse gas responsible for global warming, is a key target for emission reduction. Lowering CO2 emissions from car engines is essential for achieving national and global climate goals, reducing the frequency of extreme weather events, and preventing long-term environmental damage. The push for low CO2 emissions is not only driven by environmental and health concerns, but also by the need to achieve energy independence and reduce reliance on finite fossil fuel resources. The transportation sector has traditionally been heavily dependent on petroleum-based fuels, which are not only limited but also subject to price volatility and geopolitical tensions. This dependency leaves economies vulnerable to supply disruptions and fluctuating fuel prices, making energy security a top priority for many nations. Developing alternative fuels and technologies such as electric vehicles, hydrogen fuel cells, and biofuels provides a path toward greater energy efficiency and the use of renewable energy sources which are more sustainable and less prone to the uncertainties of fossil fuel markets. Hydrogen fuel cell technology, for instance, offers the potential for zero-emission vehicles that use one of the most abundant elements on Earth, hydrogen, as fuel. Hydrogen fuel cell vehicles emit only water vapor, making them a clean and sustainable alternative to internal combustion engines. Electric vehicles powered by batteries that can be charged using renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power are another critical component of the transition to low-emission transportation. Biofuels derived from organic materials like plant waste and algae offer a renewable option for reducing the carbon footprint of conventional engines while supporting the circular economy. Governments around the world have recognized the urgency of addressing climate change and reducing CO2 emissions from the transportation sector. As a result, they have implemented a range of regulatory frameworks and policies aimed at encouraging the development and adoption of low-emission vehicles. These measures include stringent emission standards that require automakers to limit the amount of carbon dioxide and other pollutants emitted by their vehicles. In many countries, tax incentives and subsidies are offered to consumers who purchase eco-friendly vehicles, making them more accessible and appealing. For automakers, compliance with these regulations is not only necessary to avoid penalties and reputational damage, but also critical for maintaining competitiveness in a rapidly evolving market. The growing demand for sustainable transportation solutions is further fueled by the rising awareness and preferences of consumers. More than ever, consumers are becoming environmentally conscious and prioritizing sustainability in their purchasing decisions. People are increasingly aware of the impacts of climate change and want to contribute to a cleaner, healthier future. As a result, they seek vehicles that align with their values and have minimal environmental footprints. This shift in consumer behavior has prompted automakers to invest heavily in research and development, striving to create a diverse range of low-emission vehicles that cater to the evolving needs and preferences of modern consumers. Automakers now offer an array of low-emission options, including fully electric vehicles, plug-in hybrids, and hydrogen-powered cars. By doing so, they can attract environmentally conscious consumers and gain a competitive edge in the market. Electric vehicles, for example, are no longer niche products but mainstream choices that offer impressive driving ranges, advanced technology, and lower operating costs compared to traditional gasoline-powered cars. Hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, while still in the early stages of widespread adoption, represent a promising solution for long-distance travel and commercial applications, thanks to their quick refueling times and long driving ranges. The urgency to address the adverse effects of greenhouse gas emissions and transition to sustainable transportation solutions has prompted significant investment in research and development within the automotive industry. By reducing CO2 emissions from car engines, manufacturers can contribute to a more sustainable future, safeguard public health, and ensure the long-term viability of the transportation sector. Investments in new battery technologies, lightweight materials, and innovative powertrains are transforming the industry and accelerating the shift toward a greener future. Collaborations between automakers, technology companies, and governments are also playing a crucial role in building the infrastructure needed to support the growing number of low-emission vehicles on the road. Moreover, the benefits of reducing CO2 emissions extend beyond environmental and health impacts. Low-emission vehicles can also offer economic advantages, including lower fuel and maintenance costs, as well as job creation in emerging industries such as battery manufacturing, renewable energy production, and charging infrastructure development. For cities and communities, the widespread adoption of low-emission vehicles can lead to cleaner air, reduced noise pollution, and improved urban living conditions. As we move toward a more sustainable future, it is crucial to recognize that the transition to low-emission transportation is not just a technological challenge, but also a societal one. Consumers, businesses, and policymakers must work together to build a future where clean, efficient, and accessible transportation is the norm. This collective effort will ensure that the automotive industry continues to evolve, meeting the needs of both present and future generations. Thanks for watching! While you're still here, click on the other videos you see on your screen right now for more updates on the latest innovations in the automotive world.